calculate the player's move direction, the input direction, we are going to make a calculation with the values returned by getActionStrength. So let us add a new line above that. We're going to store that direction in the variable. And also allow me to press Ctrl-Shift-F11 to expand the script area. I'm going to create a variable called direction, and it's going to be a vector2. The reason we're going for vector2 is, again, we can be moving horizontally, so we have a horizontal direction, and vertically we have a y direction, two directions to take in account. You can put your cursor in between the parentheses and press enter to add a new line to have the x and y directions aligned with one another here. We're going to calculate the x direction like that. Input.getActionStrength move right minus input.getActionStrength, and we're going to get the strength of move left. Here's what it does. So I'm going to add a comma, and on a new line, set the y component of the vector to 0 for now. Moving to the right in the game should be a value of 1.0, or we are going to represent it that way. And moving to the left is going to be a value of minus 1.0, like so. All right, so when we are making that calculation, if we press the right key, we are going to get a value of 1, allowing us to move to the right. And we subtract the value returned for move left, so that we get minus 1 here instead if we only press the move left action. If you press both left and right at the same time, you will get a value of 0, just like if you neither press move right nor press move left. We can use that direction to set the velocity of the character. So we can say velocity, the velocity we defined on the actor script. Now going back to player.gd, you can say velocity is equal to speed times direction here. And with that, you can play the game. You're going to see the character move slowly, and you can press left and right to move it left and right, and we cannot jump yet. Here's why, even though we set the direction to 0 times the speed, we should get a vertical speed of 0. Instead, the character is still moving. This is due to the actor script. That's what I was explaining with physics process. It's that we define some behavior in the player.gd script, but Godot is going to run physics process on the parent first. So it's going to add gravity times delta to the velocity. Then it's going to move the character. Then we change the velocity. And finally, the character will only move left and right on the next frame, later than what we're doing right now. So one thing we can do at this point is remove that line from the actor's physics process and move the character on the player script. And that way you will see it will not fall down. Why? Because we're setting the direction to 0. So one thing we can do, we can set it to 1.0 by default. We'll change that if the character jumps so that the character falls and stays on the ground. And with that, you have the ability to fall and the ability to move left and right. I'm going to make a little change to the player's movement speed, because this speed is fine for a monster, for some AI that the character has to kill to make it easy to jump on the AI, as we'll see later. But for the player, it's a bit slow. So let's increase the X speed of the player. Again, I have the player node selected to do so. Pressing F5, now the character moves much faster on the X and Y axis.